My name is Lamo. I'm your in-house guide and I'll be with you till the end of the tour and hope you will enjoy your tour with me. And first we have a culture that we welcome our guests with a local wine. This one is a local wine and it was made from a fermented rice and a yeast. First I will serve you a little and if you like then I'll serve you more, okay? It tastes like a Japanese sake. And first we need to offer to our local deity or god. Yes sir, you can take a seat here.
So Leo, you can just follow her.
Okay, thank you.
A very good afternoon and welcome to Simply Bhutan. We have a culture that we welcome our guests with a local wine, so I'll serve you local wine. First I'll serve you little and if you like then I'll serve you more. We need to offer to our local deity and a god before we drink, so hold your cup and wait for a few minutes. I'll give you instruction how to offer them, okay? Sir, can you please take your cup? Oh, wait, sir. First we need to offer to our local deity and a god before we drink. So now, hold your cup in your right hand and your left ring finger. Oh, ring finger. Ring finger, a little bit deep in your wine. Little bit deep in your wine. And then sprinkle in the air 3 times. Yeah, yes, which means we are offering to our local deity and a god before we drink. Now cheers.
Cheers.
And if you like, I'll serve you more. Would you mind to take some more, sir? No, would you mind, sir? Would you mind to take some more, sir? And this one is a wine container. It was made from oak wood or a pine wood. And here we have a different types of wine container with different design. This larger one were made from a bamboo. We call this as a palla. And it was mostly used by the farmers in olden days for storing a wine. And here are the portraits of our king. This one is our first king, second king, third, fourth, and the last one is our current king, fifth king. And the white scarf above the portrait shows that the person were no longer or they had passed away. And the white scarf beneath the portrait shows that the person was still alive. And Bhutan has a hereditary monarchy, passing a throne from father to his eldest son. And the date below their portraits were their ruling date. Yes, you can take a look. And before our first king, his father ruled the country, but he was not crowned as a king because that time there were many regional leaders. So the regional leader, they ruled the regions. And at 17 December 1907, our first king, Ugen Wangchu, he was crowned as a king and he united our country into one nation, one people. So that's why 17 December is our national day. National Day, 17 December. And here, this one is our national flag. This one is our national flag. It was in rectangular shape and divided diagonally into 2 parts. The upper part is yellow. It signifies the power and authority of a king. And the below one is orange. It shows the practice of religious and the power of Buddhism. And a white dragon in the middle shows the name and purity of a country. And the dragon is holding a jewel in his hand, jewels. It shows the wealth and perfection of a nation. And in our language, we call this dragon as a druk. Druk, yes. Druk ear, no? Druk school, Druk hotel. This druk means a dragon, thunder dragon. And here, now I will explain you about this one. These are the traditional tools. And if you can't see, you can come a little bit closer, yes. And these two are the yak steels. In olden days, people used this as a duster to cleaning the dust, and sometimes they keep this inside the house to chase away the house flies also. And And this one is a saddle, animal saddle. The larger one we use for the yak, and the smaller one we use for the horses. And this backpack and the robes are all made from a yak's hair. Oh, this backpack and these two backpack and the robes, all made from a yak's hair, and it was mostly used by the yak herders. And these two are the drumstick container. This and this one. These two are drumstick container. And this one is an arrow container, quiver, bow and arrow. No, arrow container. Mostly in olden days, the hunter they use this one. And this sword and a shield used in battlefields. It's a real sword and a shield. The cover and the handle is made from the wood, but inside there is a sharp blade. It's a real sword. In our country, we never engaged in world wars, but we have a lot of civil wars before our first king was crowned as a king. So that time, the warrior, they used these swords and shields in the battlefield. And what is this? This is a hammer or wooden hammer? Hammer, yes, wooden hammer. And shall you proceed this way? Construction is mostly popular in eastern part of the Bhutan. Eastern part. We use mud, stone and a timber. And the white scarf above the door and a window shows that we had celebrated the door and window stand. While we are standing at door and a window, we held a small celebration or ceremony. And after ceremony, we hang this white scarf. And in olden days, it's very hard to get nails in the screws, no? So we don't use it. Either people use interlocking system to build the house. Here, the house is built using interlocking system. And I think you have seen this type of window design everywhere. We call this as a three-fold design, and it's mandatory in our country. This type of design is mandatory. It's mandatory because it's the shape of a lotus pattern. So our second Buddha, Guru Padmasambhava, was born from a lotus. So whenever we look from the window, we are bowing our head to our second Buddha. That's why it's mandatory. Whether it's a fortress, monasteries, temple, traditional house or modern building, this type of window design is mandatory. The number of windows, it depends on the size of the house. If the house is big, there will be more windows, and if the house is small, then it has a less window. So the number of windows is not mandatory, but this type of design is mandatory. We call this as a three-fold design. And now here. And this type of construction is mostly popular in western part of the Bhutan, like here in the capital. It's an earth-rammed house. First, we need to fix a temporary frame with the help of timber. Then after fixing a temporary frame, we pour the soil inside the temporary frame and ram by ram road. And while they were ramming the soil, they kill many unseen insects, no? So to seek a forgiveness from Mother Earth, they sing one song. It's not only a song, it's also a mantra, because the song starts with the word Om. And it took a very long duration to complete the house, more than 5-6 months. So to divert themselves from the pain and not to feel the woe, they will entertain themselves by singing and even flirting with each other. And actually in the real one, there will be both man and a woman as a worker. But here we have only boys for the demonstration. And in olden days, we don't pay for the labors, we do a labor exchange. Like if I work for you today, then you will work for me tomorrow, like a barter system. An example, this wall in the museum is built using this process. And now my colleagues will show you the demonstration. And later, if you feel interested, you can join with them. And I'll make a video or take pictures of you. Yeah? how the sun is getting set. And the last paragraph is stating that the first soil that they put inside the temporary frame is now they have ramped it very well. Now it's very compact. So they are shouting to the other laborers that bring some fresh mud. That's why they were shouting. You wanna try or no? This festival, and this festival was held once in a year. Mark stands, skeleton. And the blue one is the victory mark stands, victory. And the blue color shows immortality. And here we have a third eye. We believe that every people have a third eye, but it will open only when we get enlightened. And the 5 skulls above his head represent the 5 poisons of human mind. The 5 poisons are anger, pride, jealousy, and ignorance and desire. These are the 5 poisons of human mind, and if we control these 5 poisons, then our third eye will open. And actually, we have 12 mythical animals, 12. But the 4 were the most important one. These were tiger, Garuda, and a green one, last second green one with a white one is a dragon. And the last white one is a snow lion. These were the 4 mythical animals. Tiger, Garuda, dragon, and a snow lion. And this one is the marks of stag. Marks of stag. And we believe that after that, the marks of stag will lead the way of spirit to the Yamraj or a deed of a god. And I think, have you ever seen these type of tools before? You haven't. This one is the pounding, and this one is a grinder. In our language, we call this as a rangtha, self-grinder. We use this for grinding some grains. Rotate this in a clockwise direction like this. Then you wanna try? Okay. Sorry, I'll try it. Yes. Please don't feel shy or offended here. This one is our fertility garden, and here did you see the portrait? He's a god of fertility. God of fertility. We called him Drupakinle. And actually he was a monk and a very great religious man, but he don't stay like that. He has a very funny behavior. Funny behavior means he will flirt with the ladies and even slept with them, mostly with the demonies. And he also take a wine and a flesh. Other great religious men, they don't do this, no? But he did this, and because of his behavior, he got the nickname or a pet name, Divine Madman. Divine Madman. And he's the founder of our national animal Takin. He's the one who created our national animal with his supernatural power. And we also have a fertility temple in Punakha. Name of the temple is Tim the Wall to protect from evil spirits. He used his phallus to subdue the demon, because most of the demon and the evil spirit, they transform themselves into women to distract great religious men, no? So that's why he used his phallus to subdue them or liberate them. And now this is our traditional kitchen. And this one is a basket made from a bamboo. People in olden days, they used this for carrying goods from place to place and for storing some dry vegetables or grains. And this one is a mud stove. Mud stove, and this one is a pine coin. Pine coin we use as a firewood, as we know that it catch fire very easily because of resins. So we use this as a firewood. And this is the mud pot or earthen pot. The larger one we use for storing water, and the smaller one we use for cooking. And to also say that no mud pot will add nutrients to the food, so we use this for cooking. And this black color is due to the smoke while we keep on the stove and heating. And have you ever tasted butter tea? Butter tea. You have taste? Oh, you haven't? Then today you will get chance to taste in our restaurant. They will serve you butter tea. And this one is a container we use for churning a butter tea. Okay, now let me tell you the process how to make a butter tea. First, we need to boil our water from the stove. After boiling our water, we pour inside this container. And then we add salt, butter, and a tea. Butter tea is a little bit salty, no? And then after adding the ingredients, then we churn for 5 to 6 minutes. Then after churning, we get a very special butter tea. And we also said that the more we churn, the better will be the taste. Butter tea is also like a herbal tea because we add tea leaves also. And this one we use for churning a milk, both yak milk and a cow milk. Then after churning for a few minutes, we get a local butter and a cheese, no? So we use this for churning a milk. And this one is our traditional wooden plate. Traditional wooden plate. And in olden days, it was mostly used by the couples. The upper one will be used by a man and the lower one will be used by a woman. Because when you close, the upper one will cover everything here, which means that the man will protect his whole family. But in the people in olden days, they don't wash it. Either they lick it or wipe it with the clothes. Because they have a belief that if they wash it, their love and compassion for each other will be washed away. So that's why they don't wash it. And nowadays, due to modernization, these wooden plates were well polished. So we can wash it now. It's very uncomfortable to eat without wash now. If we don't wash, then it will stink. Now we are no more love and compassion. We prefer health and hygiene. Yeah, I do. And this one is a container we use for making a local wine. Okay, now let me tell you the process how to make a local wine. The one that you have tasted in the reception is made from a rice, but we use other grains to make a local wine. We use corn, millet, wheat, buckwheat to make a local wine. First, we need to mix the grain with the yeast and then pack and keep for 1 week to ferment it. Then after fermenting, then we put the fermented grain inside this container, and then we put 3 sticks crisscrossly, and then put this container. This container should be empty. We keep this here, and it should be like this. And we keep this on the top, this bowl on the top, and then here we tie some cloth or some thread. Then fill this with the cold water, and while we heat from the below, then it will distill from here. Distillation. And this is the process how we make a local wine. Nowadays, also in the villages, people still practice this method to make a local wine. Can I guess? Have you? This one we use for making noodles, buckwheat noodles. Yes. We put the buckwheat inside, close, and then press from here. Then it will come down. At central part of the Bhutan, we have one district called Pumtang. The people of this place, they are still using this tool to make a buckwheat noodles. Because the buckwheat noodles is very famous in their place, so they are still using this tool to make noodles. And in olden days, it's very hard to get metals and the steels, no? So that's why most of the things were made from mud, wood, and bamboo. Now shall we proceed this way? Vegetables. This one is a red chili, corn, and the green one is a turnip leaf. And the white one is a pumpkin. As we know that winter is a very harsh season, and it's very hard to get vegetables during winter time, no? So we used to tie like this from summer itself for winter stock. And the seeds from this dry vegetable we use for the next season. And have you ever tasted Buddhist recipe imatasi, chili and cheese? Have you ever tasted? No, you haven't. Now let's meet Mr. Pematring.
Hello.
His name is Pematring, and he is now 36 years old. At the age of 2, he was suffering from a brain disease called cerebral palsy, and his upper body got paralyzed. He had graduated from 13 art and crafting school. This all are crafted by him. He crafted this 8 auspicious sign which represent Buddha, 4 mythical animal, 4 harmonious friends, and even these wall hangers were all painted by him. Not only carving, he played archery very well with his foot. Here, in International Para Game 2018 at Nepal, he comes second in playing archery. And he's very famous on the YouTube and Instagram. And I think he had visited more than 6 countries. Recently, he went to China, and this one was a reward given by Chinese to him for loving his life. And actually, he was from eastern part of the Bhutan. He was brought here in the capital by our Queen Mother. And even this showroom was given to him by our Queen Mother, and he is earning through this showroom. And so if you are interested, you can buy from here. It will help him for his earning and also a contribution for him. Drink by the well. Okay now?
Thank you.
Yes. Now let's play archery. Archery is our national sport, and actually in the real field there will be 140 to 150 meter long. So first let me show you a demonstration, and after me you can try, okay? Keep your foot on this black footprint and then face to the Buddha. Hold your bow with your left hand. And if you are lefty, hold your bow with your right hand. Keep your arrow straight and hold just a pinch on the top of the arrow. Pull in and then release. Oh, I'm not a good archer. You can try. Here, if you hit the target, my colleagues will dance for you to celebrate your victory. So even, whoa, you will get one more chance. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Just playing. Be careful with the arrows. Oh, Karibuya. Now you have to join the dance with them, sir. Yes, come. You have to join, Mama. Sir, you have to join them. Yes, all of you have to join. You have to join the dance, sir. Yes, lift your right hand and then move your left. Now next. Okay, now. Lift your right elbow, sir. Oh, a little bit light on your aim, you can surely hit the target. No, sir, usually lift your right elbow, then it will be more comfortable to pull. Yes. Pull some more. Some more. Aim and then release at once. You can pick some coin from here. You can pick some coin from here, more than 5 or 5. Sir, you can pick some coin from here. Make a wish and then throw inside the small bowl. Inside the small bowl. One by one, okay? I'll spin this once and then you can throw it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we can try. Wow. Very nice. Now the Buddha will bless you. So you can try. Okay, let me spin this one. So, okay, sir. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now try. Oh, very nice. Now let's go to the restaurant.
런치집에도 봐. 소스 때 런치 때문에 소스 자고 한번 대봐.
잘 썼어요. 찌어놓자. Excuse me, sir. You can come here. Yes, you can take your seat here, and some of you can sit. Harry, give me here. Give me here. Yes, sir. You can sit here.
Thank you.
And now they will serve you butter tea.
Thank you.
Okay, slow next now. How go? Kasi sa dun na.
Smithelo, doji Japan.
At bit I can give you just this. Now, sir, we will serve you butter tea. Yeah? Huh? And that do that one do. And this one is the sweet rice.
Thank you.
And these two are Bhutanese snacks, Bhutan corn and roasted rice. You can put in the tea or either you can take in your hand separately, these two. Now let's have butter tea. And this one is the sweet rice. Yeah, I need that. Hey, I feel like you give. Yeah, you did, sir. I will.
니 아까 봐도.
But no. Ask me. Okay, now sir, this one is the butter tea and the Bhutanese snacks. And these two are the Bhutanese snacks. This one is roasted rice and this one is a bitter corn. You can put in the tea or either you can take in your hand separately. And now they will perform two traditional folk dance. And after watching two dance, you will join with them and dance. It's mandatory. All of you must join the dance. And
I'm a terrible dancer.
yes, sir.
I'm a terrible dancer.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm a terrible dancer.
Oh, right. 그래. 런치 나인 이야 죽이면 런치 나인.
런치 나인?
예, 이거 아니 소스 때이나. 예, 거기.
아 이거 또 나서 참치면 돼. So are you enjoying it?